I went to go see Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And contrary to the grimace and frown on my face, I really liked it. I thought it was one of the best examples of Harry Potter movie adaptation yet. That isn't to say that it didn't have problems. Good news first. Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, and Tom Felton are amazing in it. Pretty much. And they get a lot of help from the romantic subplots, which the screenwriters managed to integrate into the main plot quite well. I mean, it's done pretty well in the book, and it's done really well in the movie, so that you've got both going on at once, and it doesn't feel like there's too much. So you have that going for it, but the performances are spectacular. There's that scene where right after the Quidditch game, right after the Quidditch match, when Hermione sicks the birds on Ron. That's spectacularly done, and really showcases Emma Watson's talent as an actress, beyond just being able to play a good Hermione. So it's quite good. Daniel Radcliffe gets to have fun for once in the Felix Felicis scene, and his interaction with Professor Slughorn is just epic. Tom Felton is just an emotional wreck, and it's fantastic. Rupert Grint is just good. All around, he's a good actor. He's been expanding his thespianage. Yeah, that's a word. Eat it. But he's been doing stuff, and you can tell he's becoming a good actor in his own right. Again, other than just being able to play Ron really well. And he and Radcliffe work together beautifully. And I've been noticing this, that he and Radcliffe really work together well in the past movies, but there's a scene in the middle of the movie where they're just talking about girls, just lying in the dormitory talking about girls, and it's fantastic. It's like the funniest scene in any of the movies yet. Absolutely the funniest. Okay, that's the good stuff. I liked the middle of the movie. The beginning was okay, and the middle really sucked me in, and I really enjoyed it thoroughly. What the fuck happened to the ending? What the fuck happened to it? What is... Okay. As my friend Bree has said, the chapter in the book is called The Flight of the Prince, not The Leisurely Walk of the Prince. Snape exits the castle after killing Dumbledore. Harry just kind of runs off and casts a few hexes at him, and Snape flicks him away and reveals that he's the Half-Blood Prince, and zoom off into the night sky. And then that's it. In the book, I don't like to do this very much, but in the book, there's a whole dramatic scene. I mean, you guys know there's a whole dramatic scene in where Harry just is flinging the rage and invective at him, and it's all coming to a boiling pitch after 6 years of hatred. And he calls calls Snape a coward. And Snape loses it on him. He says, "Don't call me coward," and then hexes the crap out of him, and then he runs away. Then he flies away. He doesn't get to stroll away. He has character depth, and there's a reason why he's mad at Harry for calling him a coward, because he's not a coward. But there's nothing of that there, and Alan Rickman could have pulled it off. Alan Rickman should have been able to, been given the chance to pull it off, and it's a crime. It is a crime that they did not include that scene, because I have been looking forward to that scene, like, on the big screen. The big screen, since that Half-Blood Prince thing came out. And I was robbed. I was fucking robbed, and I'm mad as shit. I sat in the theater waiting for that, and they're coming up, and Harry's running down the aisle, and I'm like, oh, here it comes. Yeah, oh, yeah. And it didn't. I'm like, what the hell? And there's no funeral for Dumbledore, and that last sequence, Ron is like randomly off in a corner, just kind of going, and he's just randomly a third wheel. And while Radcliffe and Watson get all of the dialogue of that scene, and by the way, it's a terrible scene anyway. It's sappy and pointless, and I guess accomplishes the plot, maybe. And then it's just kind of like, there's the sunset, and Hogwarts is beautiful. Freedom is beautiful. Got to stop Voldemort. And yes, that was the worst British accent you've ever heard. So, yeah, the ending was pretty much the worst thing I've seen since the ending of X3, which, as you'll recall, I also like. No, it was... Go and see it. My friend Rob Schrey absolutely hated pretty much everything about it. But, no, it was a good movie. The middle of it was fantastic, but it just got my hopes up for the end that never came. Man, what the fuck just happened?